Okay, let's see what we got here. First of all, when I visit the site, I want to make sure I check for these updates before I do anything else. Now, since I'm going to be making some kind of uh, drastic change here by updating these, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Appearance, Weaver 2 Pro Admin. Save and restore, and I'm going to do two things for my own safety. I'm going to download all the current theme settings, and then I'm going to back up in a file, which is going to put a backup file on the server. So now I have it in two places. I'm going to go ahead and go back here and update this before I do anything to the post. This much you don't really have to worry about. I just wanted to show you those backup settings for the theme because that seems to be what's been glitching out on occasion. And now we've got everything set for multiple backups through the backup system and also through the server to back up every day rather than the typical every 3 days, which is normally all you need to do. But because this has happened on your site and your site alone, I've gone ahead and just upped that, and no, nobody knows why it's happening. Okay, now here's the only thing I can tell you right away about these pictures. Um, I didn't quite understand what it was you said about where you got the pictures from. You got them from, uh, and you're right, my isn't really that huge of a deal. Weightview.com. What is this? Ah, so they doctor the image up through whichever means they need in order to say this is what you would look like. Gotcha. Okay, so here's the only problem with that picture. One, it's all black. I don't really, I see a little bit of a difference, but black is what people wear because it's slimming. Don't you have any fashion sense whatsoever? My gosh. White. White, white, white. Now, don't worry about it. We can optimize this, we can publish it, and then you can try to get another image, okay? Either one without your shirt on or one that has you in a white shirt rather than a black shirt. Black is slimming, just like you don't wear horizontal stripes because those look a little bit more, or they show your curves and all that more. And again, mainly this is for like women who wear a lot of different types of clothing. And yes, I don't know how this seeped into my head from TV or something like that, but I remember it. And so yeah, you want to get that picture with a white shirt, just a tank, or not a tank top, but a white t-shirt, plain old Janie, and not loose, because so wear a size smaller, and then yeah, just do that. And then here, there's nothing really wrong with that, but if we do that there, then you'll notice we have no space. And the last time when I looked at this, there wasn't much for me to do at all, so I didn't really touch it. I mean, the glitch was unfortunate because the the optimization area was fine. I even tried renaming it a few different ways to get the stop word out. And, oh, sorry. You always seem to catch me with these things the day that my system is shutting down for a long sleepy time, because I just woke up. So this technically is still early morning for me. Um, of course, I didn't just wake up. I woke up, I got Cameron up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then got him off to school, and then boom, my eyes closed again. So anyway, let's read through this. In August, okay, now here's where we can make these more subtle. We only want the first one or so bolded. I didn't mention that before, but now I am. So yeah. And then you got a double space here. You must have fat thumbs or something. Because let's see what this looks like in a block quote. A block quote you would create by hitting these quotation marks here. And we'll see what that's set to on the front end, because you can style that a little differently. And It doesn't, again, it doesn't appear in the editor as it does in the front end. I'll give you a little hint on a little tip on I'll tutor you in English. While I didn't meet the goal of losing 30 pounds, there's a natural break if you were to speak this out loud. So that's where a comma goes, because this is a modifying clause right here. If you were to put this while after that, read it that way. I did lose almost 20 pounds while I didn't meet the goal of, or while I was eating curds and beans. Um, there's a list of while, uh, which, you know, after, until, since, things like that, that are that create clauses that go before or after uh, the complete sentence. See, I did lose almost 20 pounds is a complete sentence. While I didn't meet the goal of losing 30 pounds, see, that's not a complete sentence, that's a clause. And we can use many, many different clauses in a sentence or a group of compound sentences that can tell a story without it being a run-on sentence, but we have to use commas. And so wherever you now, don't get too carried away and start thinking you need a comma everywhere you go. But yeah, that's and and so is a conjunction along with but and yet, um, however, and yes, you can start a sentence with a conjunction in modern conversational type English or article writing to convey a continuance of the former comment while creating a new thought. So you're kind of connecting the two, but you don't want to connect them in an entire complex sentence structure. So yeah, you're not totally beat down with that. Um, and see, technically, you wouldn't need that because the comma would go here. I did lose almost 20 pounds and I was moving in the right direction. But I was moving in the right direction. So I was moving in the right direction. So it's just treat it like and. It would go comma, so blah blah. I'll learn you one of these days. I'll learn you. I'll. I got back. comma. Now we're in this clause showing me at the target weight of 200 pounds. I'm not going to get into semicolons. It's just, they're hard to explain. But one is used there. Now, you're using two different types of speech here. To visualize and seeing yourself. So you're saying to visualize the future and seeing yourself there now. So I would now remove that, put a comma there, change this speech to visualizing the future and seeing yourself there now. I would say is a tremendously motivational. We're gonna say this later, so, and then here's the when, right? While, when, while, since, before, after. It is a tremendously powerful tool, comma, when attaining your goals in for attaining your goals. So now we're going to change this back. To visualize yourself visualize and see yourself as you can be in the future. Okay, so let's hear this again. It is a tremendously powerful tool for attaining your goals to visualize and see yourself as you can be in the future. So let's just tell them to take a picture of yourself Remember, we got to read these out loud sometimes because in our head we sometimes just look over things because we're quiet, we're closed in. We may imply that the yourself is there without reading it out loud. We don't slow down enough. Um, and I'm not like the top-notch editor in the world where I can just read through things bop, 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 like my English instructor was. I mean, she could flip through a 10-page paper in a matter of 5 minutes and have all kinds of marks all over the place for you. I don't profess to do that, but uh, for me, it's the quality, right? I want to make sure the quality's right. Take a picture of you before and after your goal. So take a picture of yourself. I would actually move this to use it all as a description of take a beef third. That's not what I wanted to do. There. Take a before and after picture of yourself. We'll go comma showing your goal weight, and then we change the initial speech to, and then we're going to have a new sentence, so we comma and place it in a spot you will see so where you will see it daily. Okay, now let's read through this again. It's not a bad sentence, just needed to be moved around a little bit. It is a tremendously powerful tool for attaining your goals, to visualize and see yourself as you can be. See that natural pause? As you can be in the future. Take a before and after picture of yourself. Showing your goal weight. So this is where I would do this, right? Because you're introducing this tool, because the after picture is not real. So take a before and after picture of yourself showing your goal weight and place it in a spot where you will see it daily to help keep you motivated. For me, the bathroom mirror works as I'm shaving. For others, the refrigerator door is great. Simply put, visualization works as any athlete can tell you. Most athletes see themselves receiving their Olympic medals long before, this would be a good place to comma, long before, see, because it's actually comma before, but uh, this is describing before. How much before? Long before. So it's part of that. The beauty of the visualization is that it costs nothing to use. Well, perhaps $7 if you use. Ah, see, looks like there's something going on here. What's this going on here? There's a space before the period. You need only your mind to make it work, but you need one other thing. You need the willingness to use the tool every day. Without is one word there. Okay. This is all really good, except for it is not a complete sentence. Why is that? I'm going to read it to you. As I am beginning my senior weight loss program, phase 2, I plan to share with you what I am doing and the progress I am making toward my goal of reaching 200 pounds. It would be well, it is a complete sentence. We just need a comma in the next blog post. Okay, so let's do this. Let's use critical. Right? So let's use it as an adjective instead of the descriptive object of the subject in the critical area of nutrition. And hang in there is actually a sentence. It's a command sentence. Set your goals as a sentence. So those are two complete sentences divided by a conjunction. See, we want to bring attention to the fact that it's not really an after picture, right? It's a composed, doctored picture. Let's Okay. Just moved it around a little bit. Feel free to use my thoughts of a before and after picture for beginning my senior weight loss program to suit, because this way you're still making it make sense, right? Because you're tying it into what you've been talking about myself, but then later you shift it over to feel free to use my thoughts of a before and after picture for beginning my senior weight loss program to suit your needs. Not sweet, but suit your needs. Make it yours. Own it, and you will succeed. One thing I know to my core, if you don't quit, you can't fail. Okay, now all we need to do is make sure that this, which it must be because there's no red in the bottom, right? So you've done that here. Cancel that. There's outbound links. Now let's see what this looks like. I'm actually going to go ahead in checking this. Here's the other thing that we need to start looking at and focusing on, and we're going to go back and start adding tags, making sure that these posts are in the right categories. Remember, you can do more than one category. So general, these are, these are the categories that we have. We can add more. General is the one going to the blog. We can have different pages with only posts for diet, only running. We can do this if you want to. So you can have your blog, and then under blog we can have I don't know why I get quiet when I'm waiting. It's like I think if I talk, it's gonna make it take longer. But under blog, we can have. I don't know how it would look with this design, which this is a pretty design. We're gonna have to revisit it and make sure that the settings and things like that are working well with mobile, because this might be what you're going to be seeing a lot of with mobile users, right? They're on their tablets. People have gotten the new Kindle Fire for Christmas. That was on everybody's wish list. They have bigger phones. Now, if we look here, New Year's resolution, we did not set that featured image, and we don't have the featured image set for those. So here's what I'm going to do is we want to set this featured image, and we're going to set it with this one, right? Now you can do this. I don't believe we're allowing comments, are we? We're going to be using Facebook. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to turn off those comments. And I'll fix this a little bit later. I want to get on my other computer before. so we're using Facebook for our comments. I'm going to turn those off globally. The reason it's better to use Facebook not only for the social connection, but because it thwarts spam, right? The bots they're not capable of going on to the Facebook comments and posting because they have to have a Facebook account, and the Facebook account system is really, really secure. So yeah, there's a bunch of fake accounts out there, but eventually they get deleted or banned or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. Okay. So you need to go to this page after we've done posts, and look at, see, we don't have featured images for some of these, right? So you need to pick, and I told you this before in an email, so now I can scold you a little bit because I mentioned this before. I said there are posts on there that need featured images, so you need to pick an image that you want for the various posts that are not showing featured images. Okay? Now, having said that, I'm going to set something up, not right now, but it will be soon. Let me see what we have here for plugins. I'm going to give you a license to our plugin so you can edit those right on the list page. Okay, so that's not there. And where I do know that it is, see, I did this on your site a while back. I added a script to the theme files. No, because this is ours, so let's see what we got here. Why is that not showing? Any ideas? Any ideas? Anyway, post list featured images our plugin that we have, and we have the pro version, which allows you to edit it directly. Oh, there it is. Why is it not? Okay, so the pro version, which I'll install for you, there it is. It allows you to edit the featured image from the list page through the quick edit option. And you will be able to see that when you do a quick edit, like here. Okay, there's not one here. You would do quick edit, and then you would have a section here to do the featured image, and it would bring up, just like it does on the post page, it would bring up to where you can upload or you can choose a picture. Okay, so for now, what we should just do is just go to the posts, right? This one doesn't have one, but you can see here which ones don't on the back end. So you could come here and you could just say edit and just pick the same picture that's on the page. Now we're going to be working on upgrading this so it automatically grabs the first picture on the page, But until then, we still need these images up, right? You pick it, you set it, and you update it. There is a Weaver setting, but see this only says show title, first image on blog page. Yeah, see, so that just, and it still doesn't grab, well, I guess it is grabbing the images. And this one must have a different post uh, structure to it, because the setting I just picked is for non-formats. So somewhere along the line that post was assigned a format. What format it was, I don't know. We can look, but it's not important. We just take that off of there and do them the way we normally do them. You know, Weaver has a lot of freaking things in it, so I can't complain about it not having one other little thing. That's why we made the plugin. So when we update the plugin, the Pro plugin, then it will do what you just saw for all posts. It will grab the featured image or the first image if a post doesn't have an image, featured image anyway. The featured image just gives you a chance to use whatever image you want for the post excerpt, right? But in most cases, you have to assign a featured image in order for a thumbnail to appear here. Excuse me, here. So, yeah. Now, the other thing that I was telling you that we're going to work on is the all-important categories and tags. Tags, just think of them, and you've seen them all over the place. Just think of them as like keywords, right? So, anything that you want to be categorized for, or, you know, like running, marathons, triathlons, Ironman, those are all tags. And then when you write an article that has to do with that, then you utilize those tags. If it's about dieting, then you would have things like nutrition, saturated fats, you know, dairy, gluten-free, you know, things like that. So if you can add these anytime you want, and you name it and slug it. If it's more than one word, you just use a dash between them, right? So if it's gluten free. I was right the first time. Gluten free. Then you just don't capitalize it and go gluten dash free. Okay, and start adding as many of those as you want. For any, it doesn't matter that it doesn't have to be assigned to a category or anything like that. Just if you got spare time and you're messing around and you're thinking, okay, this is one, saturated fats one, nutrition, nutritional products, dietary supplements, anything that has to do with what you, senior living, that came to mind. I mean, isn't that like a magazine or something? Um, Senior health, senior exercise, senior fitness. Those are all tags that can be used. And then what happens is when we do go to a post, you're going to pick the category that it's in. Like this one could be under general and running, right? Because it's about uh, Joy Johnson. And then choose from the most used tags. There aren't any, right? The one we just added and we haven't used it. You can add them right here and now. And once we add them, you'll see it in your tag list. Okay, we'll just do those two. We really don't need the author there. Only if it isn't showing you because for some reason it's showing admin or me. Would you need to change that? And you can change that on there or the quick edit field. Um, Okay, now if we go and we look at tags, you're going to see, right now we can edit this. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do quick edit. And go back to tags. And we can capitalize that. Update tag. And we do the same thing here, right? Get rid of the there. So the name is what's going to appear on the front end. The slug is what's being used up in the world of, and then so we can add a tag cloud. We can do all kinds of things with grouping. This all helps with SEO. That's all it's really important for. It does help a little bit with user navigation if people use them. I typically, my personal me, I don't use them a lot, but a lot of people do, right? You'll see that what they call a tag cloud, and it'll have this list of words, and some are bigger, some are smaller. The bigger ones means that those are more popular. The smaller ones means they're less popular. And there's different plugins out there for making them look different or whatever, but that's the main gist of the tag cloud. And all they are links to a dynamic page, a dynamic category page or tag page that'll have a list of all of the articles, the posts that have been tagged with those tags. So under senior runners, if somebody clicked that, then it would be a page that looks just like this, and it would have just, right now anyway, it would have just the Joy Johnson Remembered, right? So yeah, and see, this is something also, we don't need this in the title, or if you were gonna do this, then I would do it, it doesn't hurt. When you're recording these things, it just takes so much more juice. Okay, this is our URL, so we're not going to affect it by changing that dash to by. And you know, for future reference, this is where you put in the SEO title, right? That's where you can put that. You don't necessarily have to put it in the title. You can on pages and things like that. It's not necessary. Usually that just goes here. But you want to kind of, you know, bring attention to the fact that you're oh, somebody's knocking on the outside door. Hold on just a second. I'm pretty much done with this, so I'm going to stop this anyway. You get the gist. If you have more questions, let me know.